Hey everyone, blessings. I hope that you are all doing well. In this video, I will be discussing how to recover from a breakup with a friend. Now, before I get into my topic, I would like to invite you to subscribe to this channel if you're not already a subscriber. Absolutely, positively hit that like button because it helps the algorithm. And also feel free to drop me a comment and also share this video if you think this message might be helpful to someone else. So let's get into the topic of breakups with friends. We get tons of information and there's so many resources and things out there and videos on YouTubes and books that have been written about recovering from a breakup with a romantic partner or romantic relationship, right? But no one really talks about when we break up with a good friend, like our best friend, and these are very significant relationships. And when it does happen, it hurts. And for some of us, it's really tough to get over, especially if this friend has been in your life, maybe all of your life or for a good portion of your life. And you have so many memories together, celebrated so many milestones and been through so many situations, and they have become basically part of your family, your sister, or like a brother, a family member. And when the relationship goes south and when something happens and you break up and you're no longer friends, it's something that really cuts the soul. It's a tearing away from the soul because just like with romantic relationships, the platonic ones in our friendships, we also form soul ties. So we form soul ties and relationships with, our spouse or a significant other, but we also form soul ties with the people who are close in our lives, like our best friends. So when there is a breakup and when we're no longer friends and when something happens, there is this tearing away. And there's a healing that needs to take place, especially if this person, just suddenly decided to cut things off with you or vice versa. And there's no closure there. And you may not know, this is the worst, when you don't know why the person has decided not to be your friend anymore, or they kind of like ghost you. And I know some of you out there have been in that situation, and it's very, very painful and it's very, very hurtful. So in this video, I just want to talk about 4 different things that if you're in this situation that you can do to recover from a breakup with a friend. And I hope that these things that I'm sharing will be helpful to you in this situation. So let's go to the first thing. The first thing is, like I stated earlier, breaking up with a really good friend can be absolutely devastating, especially if it's like under circumstances where there's some sort of betrayal or, some sort of like nasty breakup and you didn't end the relationship on good terms, right? It's not a situation where you kind of like fell out of touch, or maybe one person moved away and, there's a distance there that happened, or you just gradually grew apart. But if it's a situation where there was some drama there or something happened that caused this big blow up and breakup, that's even tougher, right? So in this situation, what you need to do, the first thing is you have to grieve it like any other breakup or like, let's say, romantic relationship, or because it's like it's a death of a relationship. And when something dies and when something is over, we, in order to be healthy, in order to heal, in order to move forward and be able to maybe form new friendships and basically heal that part of our soul that has been torn away, especially if that person's been around in your life for a while, it's important that you grieve the relationship that you lost. Even if, the person flaked out on you and you didn't end on good terms and something happened, it's still very important to grieve that relationship, because at some point in your relationship, some point in your life, this person was very important, very significant. This person was maybe a ride or die. This person you probably counted on for many, many things. And maybe at some point you trusted this person and this person was always there for you. And When you lose that, and let's say, going back to what I stated earlier, there's a betrayal or something had happened that, the relationship is over. Yeah, you have lost something very, very important, and you have to grieve it, and you have to find a way to release that pain and that hurt from the loss of this friendship and this relationship. Sometimes in life, people do change. People do switch up on us. People do things that we least expect. Sometimes we do things that we never thought that we would do. Maybe we're the ones who caused an issue to end the relationship. So whatever the situation is, you have to make sure that you grieve the relationship, that you find a constructive way to release that pain. And just like the death of anything, whether it be the death of a relationship or a death of a person, it's important to go through the grieving process. And when you get through that grieving process, then you'll be in a place to heal from it. And you may still, miss the person from time to time and miss what you had, but it's important to grieve the relationship and treat it like it's something that you lost, because you did lose something significant. The second thing on recovery from a breakup with a friend is to practice gratitude, believe it or not. Appreciate what you had with this person, appreciate the relationship that you had, because this is the thing that will help you with bitterness, because you don't want bitterness to take root in your soul, take root on the inside of you, and you to feel some type of way about the person for the rest of your life. So this will help basically uproot any form of bitterness that might try to grow in your soul, or unforgiveness that might try to attach itself to you and to, weigh you down. Because when we don't forgive people, it does become a weight. Once again, I'll state this again. Forgiveness has nothing to do with letting the offender get away with anything. It's about releasing yourself from what has been done to you or from that person, right? Because you don't want that person to be attached to you, or negative situation to be attached to you. So forgiveness helps to free you from, the heaviness of what happened to you. So if you appreciate what you had and the good times and the things that you went through that was positive, maybe this friend was a great help in your life at some point. They really looked out for you. Remember those things and appreciate what you had. Don't focus so much on the negative and what you've lost. Appreciate what you had. And when you appreciate what you had, and although it ended, and it may have ended on bad terms, maybe not, maybe you just grew apart. However, the relationship ended, just appreciate what you had. And that will help to put things in perspective, and to help you to remember that, some people in our lives are going to be seasonal. Some people in our lives are not going to be friends with us always, right? There's going to be people who are going to stick with us and have that history with us, for years, and they will be lifelong friends. And there's their friends that are going to be seasonal, and just for a time, and just for a season, and just for maybe a few years or a limited amount of time. So if the season is up with that particular friend, just appreciate what you had. And through that appreciation and through that gratitude, that will help you to think to yourself, I lost something, but I did get something out of this relationship. I did learn something from this person. I did learn something from this experience of this friendship with this person or with these people. So appreciate what you did had and the good times. That's the second thing. The third thing is there's a lesson. There was a lesson. Some people come into our lives, and they're a lesson. They're going to teach us a lesson. Some of those lessons are good, and some of those lessons are not so great, right? So when people come into your path, just know that hopefully that they're there to teach you something, or you can learn from the experience of having spent time with them or been, doing things with them, right? Maybe they have taught you something. So think about, what lesson did I learn from this friendship? The things that we went through. What lesson did I learn from the situation, even if it was a negative one? Hopefully it's a situation that you can learn from and never repeat again. What lesson did I learn about myself? That's a question you can ask yourself. What lesson did I learn about people and about life? So find the lesson in the breakup, right? What lesson did I learn? Because that, when we look at relationships in terms of lessons, then, that will help us on our journeys to growing into being better people, right? And learning something from our experience and becoming more, a more well-rounded individual, right? But if you're going through pain just to go through pain, and you're going through situations or just hanging around people just to hang around people, you're not learning anything. It's like, what's the point of that? But yeah, there could be more than likely a lesson even in a breakup with a friend. So ask yourself, what's the lesson that I learned? That way, maybe you won't repeat it again, or, maybe you could do things differently the next time. And, when you meet new people and forge new friendships. So that's definitely something to think about. What lesson did I learn? And the fourth thing, and that helps in recovery. And the fourth thing that helps in recovery is move forward, especially in the situations where you did not get closure. You don't know why they exited your life. There wasn't a full explanation, or maybe it was some tiny thing that maybe you thought was tiny, but maybe it was a big deal to them. And they just, after years of having known the person and been through certain things, and they just kind of like threw it away and just left, over something that you thought maybe was not that important. But regardless of how the friendship ended, just know that it's important that you move forward. Don't be stuck in the past. Don't ruminate over, things, don't, think too deeply and too long about what happened, or things that you can't control or that you couldn't control in a situation, because it's a waste of time, right? You don't want to waste your time. You want to move forward. Hopefully, wish that person well and move on with your life. That's part of the recovery, moving on with your life, not having hard feelings toward the person, and it's tough, even when people do us dirty, even when people hurt us deeply and they do it on purpose. It's still important to move forward and not to be tethered to the situation or what they did or how they behaved, or even vice versa, right? So move forward with the lessons that you've learned, an appreciation of the good times and what you had, and also grieve the relationship. And I think that will help you. I know personally it's helped me in my recovery from, breakups with certain friends. So that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. Hopefully what I have shared is helpful, and I wish you all the best on your journey. And I'm also wishing that good people come into your lives. Great relationship come into your lives, even after this breakup, because if you're watching this video, you've been through a breakup with a friend. So I'm wishing that good people come into your path, people that will be a blessing to you, that you can be a blessing to. And yeah, that's all I have to share. Take care. God bless. And I will see you in the next video.